Well, joining me live in studio today is Terris King II. He is a church member at the Liberty Grace Church of God. We also have Glenn Schatz from Care Access. They're going to tell me about an event happening today, and it's free. It's about heart and kidney screenings, right? Tell me a little bit about what's going on at the church, and then we'll get into why it's so important.
Thank you so much. Yeah, first giving honor to God, representing our pastor, Reverend Dr. Terris King. We are passionate about screenings like this. It goes today until 5:30, but even more so, this project is really exciting for us because we're able to do research for the community and continue his work around like advocating and focusing in on how the community has a voice in research.
Right.
So we've been doing this since January and working with Care Access.
Okay.
For us, as we know in the city, there's so many predatory, extractive practices around research. So in this project, the church gets the lead.
Yes.
And so we're really excited about this long-term partnership with Care Access. We have a lot of health partners, but today is really exciting because it kind of closes out our pilot and then the transition going into the rest of the year.
Well, tell me a little bit about these screenings, why it's so important for people to have access to screenings like this in our community.
Thanks, Miana. So Care Access is a medical research company. We focus on innovative new therapies and medicines that are coming out. We conduct screenings like this with members of the community to make sure that people who have traditionally not had access to medical research or screenings are aware of certain conditions they have. For this screening today, we're focused on a type of cholesterol called LPA, which is associated with an increased risk of heart disease and stroke.
Okay.
And as we know, the Black community already has an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. So we think it's important to partner with folks like Terris and his father to make sure that we're going to the communities that need this the most.
Yes, and you told me about, it's a mobile truck that comes, so you make things very easy for people to come.
Yeah, so we have a permanent facility in East Baltimore over on Collington and Biddle, but we believe it's important to go to where people are. So we have a fleet of mobile vehicles that will take these screenings to places where they request them, to places that we know don't always have access to this sort of work.
Yes, and so in February, I actually did some work with the American Heart Association. We know that heart disease is one of the #1 killers in the U.S., and so it's just so important for things like this, screenings like this. Talk about the church continuing to be a resource in the community.
Well, for us, we're looking at this project as a way to focus on our children and families. I think the future of medicine, and I know that's the name of this project, also has to coincide with the future of health in our community specifically. And so we feel like the next steps, I know tomorrow we're doing an event also on Sunday morning, trying to focus on this intersection between education, environmental justice, and health, where we take people not just from the screening, but also bringing people outside. We're planting trees. We're trying to make sure we're implementing actual strategies. So we're really excited about next steps.
Lastly, really quickly, the times and the location.
So we'll be at Liberty Grace Church on Liberty Heights Road until 5:30 today. But if you can't make it today, we have a facility over in East Baltimore. You can go to myfreehearttest.com.
Perfect. Emphasis on free. So come out, get your screenings and your testing. Thank you all so much, and have a great event today.
Appreciate it.
Coming up on WJZ Saturday morning.